distraught DMK chief says court must uphold basic legal principles. Hopes daughter Kani will get bail soon. Protesters outside the plant want to gather more support by roping in the anti-corruption crusader himself, Anna Hazare. 2,500 shops in Tinagar shut shop to get Amma's attention over the recent sealing enforcement. The electronic eye replaces the usual 25 men in khaki in the city's electronic bazaar, Ritchie Street.
Better to have CCTV cameras installed in these areas so that the crime can be prevented.
Religious trust burden under income and wealth tax under the direct taxes code bill asks for a rollback. A truck swerves into a temple tank as the driver escapes with minor injuries. The Guindy police conduct a probe. And the Chief Minister inducts specially equipped vehicles to keep a strict watch over rash and drunken drivers in the city. Good evening and hello. Welcome to News Tonight with me, Anu George Kanjanatopal. A lot has been happening locally and nationally, but before all that, the national headlines. The Prime Ministers of India and Pakistan take the Thimphu Thaw forward. Post their meeting, they say they will take the dialogue process ahead. Pakistan's Interior Minister Rahman Malik Saeed Kasab should be hanged, but described him as a non-state actor. Praful Patel says the mood is not to ally with the Congress in view of coming Mumbai civic elections. Kapil Dev and sports star would support Sports Minister Ajay Makan and the sports bill defying giants like the BCCI. DGCA sends a show cause notice to Kingfisher Airlines after 80 flights were cancelled over the past 3 days. 19 HIV kids living in Jaipur's rented home are evicted after neighbourhoods object. NDTV accesses the Shah Commission report probing illegal mining in Goa, finds massive and large-scale violations. Karunanidhi has finally broken silence on the denial of bail to Mrs. Kanimuri, Rajya Sabha MP and daughter of the DMK chief. Mr. M. Karunanidhi finally spoke, and I quote, "If courts, which are a pillar of Indian democracy, hesitate to ensure and uphold basic legal rights, one cannot but fear where Indian democracy was headed to and what is in store for the future. But let us hope for the good," unquote. He also expresses fears if justice was being denied, especially in the light of so many legal experts' opinion. He wonders if there are unfounded assumptions behind the ruling. The anti-nuclear protest at Kodamkulam is in its 24th day, and now the People's Movement Against Nuclear Energy has decided to reach out and seek support from the anti-corruption crusader Anna Hazare. This was disclosed by the leader of the movement, Mr. S.P. Uday Kumar, in an interview to the NDTV science editor Pallava Bagla. As of now, Anna has not responded affirmative or negative.
In Delhi, Jantar Mandir, I was right there. I met Medaji there. I talked to her, and we have been following that news, and we have great respect and regards for the whole movement. And of course, yes, we are deriving our inspiration from that movement also. We are learning from each other, of course.
So is Mr. Anna Hazare going to come sometime soon and join with the struggle here?
I have talked to a friend, and we will definitely like to invite him more formally, maybe in person, and invite him. This is the same country that we are all fighting for.
Around 2,500 shops in Tinagar remain shut today. The shopkeepers say they pulled down the shutters to attract Chief Minister's attention. In a joint operation last week, the CMDA and the officials of the Chennai Corporation sealed over 25 complexes in Tinagar for violating building norms. Their water supply and sewage lines were disconnected. The officials said the lock and seal drive would continue with regard to those buildings that were served notices. The Traders Federation urged the Chief Minister to intervene and stop the CMDA and the Chennai Corporation from sealing the shops. They have decided to approach the Chief Minister's office once again. Meanwhile, the Supreme Court is set to hear a petition by Ranganathan Street Merchants Association against the sealing and closure of shops in Tinagar. The petition is filed against the interim order of the Madras High Court declining relief to the shop owners. After the Chennai Corporation sealed 21 buildings, the Chennai Metropolitan Development Area had sealed 6 buildings on the 31st of October. As a result, not only the owners but also thousands of employees were rendered jobless. They feel that they were deprived of an opportunity of fair hearing. It was also added that in the batch of written petitions pending before the High Court, there was no prayer for locking and sealing of premises, and that in allowing the buildings to be sealed, the High Court had exceeded its jurisdiction and wants the High Court order to be squashed.
This is a very welcome move moved by the government. The action is done by very late. It should be taken at least 10 years ago. If you enforce the correct move by the government, this type of hazards faced by the workers can be avoided.
சீல் வச்சு 10 நாள் ஆகி போச்சு. 10 நாள் கடை மூடி இருக்கனால தொழிலாளர்கள் வந்து இங்கே லட்சக்கணக்கில் இருக்காங்க. அவங்க பாதிக்குது, அவங்க குடும்பத்தை சார்ந்தவங்க கிட்டத்தட்ட 10 லட்சம் பேருக்கு மேலே பாதிக்குது. அதனால் வியாபாரம் இருக்கிற வியாபாரம் கம்மியாகி போச்சு டிவியில் இப்போ போடுறதுனால. ரெண்டாவது இந்த நிறையா கீழே வந்து எப்படின்னா ஃபஸ்ட்டு ஃப்ளோர் ஒன்றொரு ஆள், இது செகண்ட் ஃப்ளோர் வேறு ஒன்றொருத்தர் பார்ட்டி ஓனரு. அது செகண்ட் ஃப்ளோர் கட்டினதுக்காக ஃபஸ்ட்டு ஃப்ளோரு கீழே உள்ள எல்லாத்தையும் கிரவுண்ட் ஃப்ளோர் எல்லா கடையும் சீல் வச்சுட்டாங்க. அது தப்பு பண்ணது செகண்ட் ஃப்ளோரு, அந்த ஓனர் தனி. ஆனால் கீழே கிரவுண்ட் ஃப்ளோரில் இருக்கிற ஓனர் தனி. ஆனால் இதை விடிய காலில் 5:30 மணிக்கு வச்சனால எல்லாமே ரொம்ப பாதிக்கப்பட்டிருக்காங்க.
Actually, I feel the judgment which has come is not wrong, because multi-storied buildings are going to create problems. Transport problem will be there, water problem will be there, electricity problem will be there. Most important thing is the roads are very small, and the biggest problem will be transport problem. People will have difficulties in coming and going.
10 நாளாக கடை அடித்த காரணத்தினால எங்ககிட்ட டெய்லர் வேலை செய்கிற 5-6 பேர் வேலை செய்கிறாங்க. அவங்களுக்கு நாங்கள் சம்பளம் தர முடியல, கரெக்டான முறையில் வேலை செய்ய முடியல. அன்னாடு சம்பாதிக்கிறவங்க டெய்லி வர்ற காசு வச்சு அதெல்லாம் செலவு பண்ண முடியும். அதனால் வந்து நம்ம கஷ்டம் எல்லாரும் சூழ்நிலை இருக்குது. கடைக்கு இப்போ வந்து எங்களுக்கு வாடகை வந்துச்சு, வாடகை கொடுத்தாகணும். அந்த மாதிரி பல பிரச்சனை. கடை திறக்கிறனால பெரிய கடை சீல் வச்சிருக்கனால பெரிய கடை வந்து சின்ன கடை கூட ரன்னிங் ஆகிறதுக்கு வாய்ப்பு இருக்குது. பெரிய கடை வச்சுட்டாங்க, சின்ன கடை ரன் ஆகுன்றதுல வாய்ப்பு கிடையாது. ரங்கநாதத்தை பொறுத்தவரை பெரிய கடைகள் திறந்தால் தான் சின்ன கடைகளுக்கு அன்னாடு வாழ்க்கை கிடைக்கும்.
இவங்க பண்ணது சரிதான். இன்றைக்கி கடை அடைப்பு பண்ணது நியாயம்தான். ஏன்னா கிட்டத்தட்ட ஒரு 15,000 பிள்ளைகளை வேலை பார்க்குறது, அது வேலை இல்லாமல் போகுது. அதனால் அரசாங்கம் தான் இது முழுவதும் காரணம்.
The government decision is a very good decision, but in the same time, this is a very last moment they are doing like that. Very first they want to do. That is very nice. Now almost all the workers is suffering. So you must do some reliable other sources of income facilities they want to give.
Ritchie Street shopping may not be unsafe anymore. One of the country's largest electronics market that has a footfall of more than 10,000 per day and is notorious for its pickpockets and vehicle thefts, has 42 CCTV cameras monitoring every movement in the 10-odd streets. With about 2,500 shops in the area, at least 25 policemen would have been needed to patrol this place. However, now only one policeman is enough for this job. The system also has a facility to play back videos along with the day and time of up to 15 days and will help spot miscreants who strike at night. Following this new initiative, our crime correspondent Salim caught up with the Joint Commissioner of Police, S.N. Seshasai.
We are now joined by Mr. Seshasai, Joint Commissioner East Chennai. So please tell us, you have installed CCTV cameras in Ritchie Street. Please tell us what is the significance. Is Ritchie Street crime prone?
No, it is exactly not like that. We have Ritchie Street, along with that about 10 other adjacent streets. All these streets are selling electronic gadgets in Chennai city. It gets people more from other states also, and it is always crowded. So the business people thought, and they held a discussion with the police people about 3 months back, that's better to have CCTV cameras installed in these areas so that the crime can be prevented. That suggestion was well taken by them, and in fact it was all sponsored by the business community themselves, and we are only monitoring the whole thing. There are 42 cameras installed. 4 of them are Doom cameras, which has got a 360-degree capability. And this will definitely help them also in preventing the crime in this area.
And about the maintenance, sir, is there any exclusive policemen or women posted over there?
Yeah, in fact, this was also discussed with them, and they sent us some technical personnel, and they have trained some of our police personnel also. So this police assistance booth, which has been again constructed by them, and in that booth the police constables will be sitting throughout. So 24 hours these cameras will be watched by police, and they are in fact doing the day-to-day basis monitoring. Yeah.
Sir, now what kind of crimes do you think will come down because of the installation of CCTVs?
Yeah, this vehicle theft, then bag lifting, and then maybe even cash snatching, and sometimes attention diversion. So all these kind of cases, crime cases will go down in future.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
What happens when community joins hands with the police? We'll tell you when we return.